Welcome back to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Amber Duke. President Donald Trump has pledged to lead the charge to oust Republican Congressman Thomas Massie for opposing the GOP's short-term funding bill ahead of Friday's shutdown deadline. Trump wrote on X, Congressman Thomas Massie of beautiful Kentucky is an automatic no vote on just about everything, despite the fact that he has always voted for continuing resolutions in the past. He should be primaried, and I will lead the charge against him.
Boo!
Boo!
I stand with Massie. He's a very principled individual. He is objecting to Republicans continuing to fund the spending that Elon Musk has helped identify through Doge and that Donald Trump himself called out to great effect and success at the State of the Union address. And look, you know, it's fine if you're a Republican and you disagree with this vote and you want to keep saying, not this time, this isn't, we gotta win one more election, then we'll actually cut government. Even though we won and we have the presidency and we have the Congress and we largely have the courts and we have everyone on our side right now. And this is the most power we've ever had. But still, in some distant future, once we've won even more, will we actually cut the size of government? But primary him too is silly to me. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. It is absolutely silly. Also, Thomas Massie has faced so many primary challenges of this nature.
AIPAC came for him.
I know.
Didn't do anything.
Does Trump endorsing a primary challenger change that at this point?
Probably not.
Probably not, based on the actual facts of why he's opposing the bill. So the setup right now is that there's potentially a government shutdown looming. Oh my gosh, this happens every time they need to pass a spending bill. And they decided that they want to pass something short-term through September that includes all of the same current funding levels with increases to immigration enforcement and defense of all places, which is one of the areas that is now ripe for cuts.
Yes.
So we're going to go to September, and then somehow magically we're going to muster up the caucus support and the ability to actually codify the programs that Trump has identified and Doge has identified through legislation. I think just the American people have had this rug pulled out from under them enough times. This was why Kevin McCarthy was ousted as Speaker and why Mike Johnson was installed, because they always kick the can down the road. And this is the time now where you have immense popular support for these issues for Republicans to buck up and do it through Congress. And if that takes shutting the government down for a few days while you work out your differences, I think the fact that you have polling in support of cutting government waste at 65 to 70% means that the time is on your side right now.
Yes, they're so spineless because Elon Musk is actually doing these things.
He did the work for them.
He's doing the work for them. And he has shown, and the media is going entirely against him, is constantly writing about how bad this is for federal employees and how, food for starving children is being, yanked from their hands in Africa and the Middle East. Like, they are going hard. And still the polling shows that it's not a super majority, but that a narrow majority of the public in our very polarized and divided nation agrees that Elon Musk and Doge are doing a good thing and that waste, fraud, and abuse are being identified. There was another poll that CNN's Harry Enton, who's like my favorite pollster now.
He's been great.
He's been really great, calling attention, showing that, it was 51%, 54% for a couple key questions about the cuts Doge was making. So even with Elon getting slammed by media and doing this, it still remains popular-ish. That's plenty of cover for Republicans to actually finally act. They'll never have a better opportunity. It's like they view, this goes to a kind of Orwellian view that power is for its own sake. You acquire it just to hold it. Whereas we who want to actually decrease the power of government over our lives say that you acquire power in order to actually wield it to get favorable policy outcomes. So even if that's a hit to your popularity, what else are you doing this for? It's really just to accrue political power and hold on to it and do nothing with it that would benefit what limited government libertarians and conservatives want. It's just
And
so
I would
frustrating.
liken this to the conversation we were having last week in regards to Ukraine, where we talked about how the conditions for a good peace negotiation would have come about earlier on in the war.
Yeah.
And the longer you wait, the worse the conditions get for Ukraine.
Exactly.
It's the exact same thing here. How many things can happen between now and September where you're not going to enjoy the popular support anymore, and it's going to be even harder to institute the cuts to those programs legislatively? Why not do it now when all of the cards are on your side and you have Trump and Elon taking the bulk of the hits? And I just have to think that there's probably so many establishment Republicans in that caucus who are telling Mike Johnson behind the scenes, if you try to do this, then I'm not voting for any of these spending bills.
terrible.
And they need to force us to a vote to identify who those people are so the American people know who is actually stopping Trump from implementing his agenda.
The Democrats are already going to run on, the liberal and progressive media is already going to promote the idea that Elon Musk has taken a chainsaw to the government and it's all gone. So you might as well vote to actually do that, so then you can reap what I suspect will be the economic benefits of having actually reduced regulation, unnecessary spending, having gotten rid of unnecessary departments, having actually rescinded government spending on foreign causes that have never enjoyed the support of the actual Americans. You're already, if there are negative, public opinion setbacks, backlash to be suffered because of this, you're going to suffer it anyway because the perception out there is that it's been done. So you might as well do it, because I actually think there'll be backlash, maybe in some circumstances. There might have just been a backlash anyway. There will also be benefits. There will be tangible benefits. So please do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And going back to the sort of state of the race in Kentucky and the potential primary challenge against Thomas Massie, Trump has to also consider that there's obviously a blockbuster Senate race coming up where the successor to Mitch McConnell is going to be chosen. There's a GOP primary shaking out where you've got Daniel Cameron, Andy Barr, and Nate Morris. There's going to be a ton of resources, a ton of attention, a ton of consultants with their fingers on that race. Why are you going to turn the attention to a reliable Republican vote just because he wants to do what
you
your
said you want to
administration
do.
says
What you
wanna
said
do.
you want to do. Yeah, it's not good. So we will see how this shakes out. I suspect I don't actually think he's going to go after Massie. What he's trying to do is send a message to other Republicans who are maybe not quite as safe in their district, don't have so much credibility with their supporters to get along immediately. But there's a danger in that too.
Yeah, and I mean, one final thing on this, they're going to argue, well, we need to pass this so that we can get the increased funding for Border Patrol. Trump has already gotten border numbers to a record low just through executive action. I think we can wait until September to actually meaningfully fund border security
Which is exactly what he said.
Right.
He said, we didn't need a new bill,
Right.
we just need me. And from the standpoint of decreasing the border problems, that was true. So yes, that's a good point to set conservatives at ease, because there's always let's handle this one. We're going to cut government later. Yeah, right. Thanks for watching Free Media. Please stick around because we have more right after this.